Hello, good afternoon, sir. Can hear you
Hi, good afternoon. How you doing?
very well. Welcome.
Thank you.
We just shared the link. We're waiting for you to join before we share the link for the ladies to join in.
Okay.
Just give us like 3 minutes for them to just join. So,
Okay.
we can start now. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our 5th coaching call. Our coach is already here, Mr. Chima, and so we'll start almost immediately. I just need like 3 people to come on live here just to share their experience in 1 minute, how the week 4 has been. So if you would like to share and just, okay, Chinaza, okay. Chinaza, please go ahead.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening.
Okay, the experience has been exceptional. It's something like I've never seen this type before. Though for something you didn't pay for, you are getting a value that is even greater than money. Money can't even equate all the lessons I'm getting from the Take It Train boot camp. I'm so happy. It has been very, very okay. Thank
How was
you.
week 4 lessons?
Hmm?
How was week 4 lessons? Hope they were okay.
Yeah, I learned many things. Before lesson was very okay. At least I've started practicing some things I learned in week 4.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Chinaza.
Yeah.
Does anybody else want to say something quickly before our coach continues? Just raise up your hands and I'll mute you. Raise up your hand and I'll mute you. Okay. Okay, no hands are okay. So let's just go ahead. Welcome, sir. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. Please, the floor is yours. Carry on.
The floor is mine already.
Yes.
All right. All right. So good afternoon, everybody. Before I get started, I would like to share a screen. I don't know if you could give me sharing access so that I could share a screen because I want to
I'll do that.
show a few things. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let me see whether you all can see my screen.
No.
All right. Can you all see my screen?
Yes, we can see your screen, sir.
Perfect. All right. So before I get started, I'm going to push this towards the slideshow. All right. So my topic today is positioning yourself for global opportunities. I believe you all can see my screen. To start out first, I'm literally going to move through this. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'll tell you about the current trend. I'll tell you about global opportunities. So the way I designed this class is I'm going to make it a little bit more practical. So don't expect this class to be all about talk, right? I am more of this coach that likes things being done in real time when I am teaching, so that I am sure you are actually learning and understanding what I'm explaining. So first, to give you people a quick overview about myself, my name is Mouka. A lot of people know me on social media at Neme. Some people in the workplace call me China. Whatever name that is okay with you, that is fine. I'm actually a global managing director of talent acquisition at a telehealth company that is here in US. I manage a team of 14 people that are spread across 3 countries. So I have people here in US that are reporting to me, Israel, and also Ukraine as well. So that's pretty much about me. So as the topic says, which is positioning yourself, one of the things is I'm going to be talking about is 3 key things, which is understanding the problems. We need to head to where the world is going, not where the world has been. The second one is careers that make sense and writing a worthy CV. And then the third point is, how do I position myself for global opportunities? I mean, what does global opportunities mean? Because my topic today is positioning yourself for global opportunities. And so in my role, for people that don't understand what I do, I hire people from anywhere in the world. So whether it's Nigeria, US, Canada, Europe, Middle East, anywhere, I'm responsible for hiring people. And so I understand what global opportunities are. I understand what global trends are. And so in part of the things I'm going to deal with in the third problem is, how do you as an individual position yourself for global opportunities? And what does global opportunities actually mean? And then you all know this quote that says, if you hang around 4 billionaires, you become the 5th. If you hang around global opportunities, you're likely going to get one. Okay. So to get started, like I said, it's going to be super practical. So I'm going to share a few links with you all. As I share the link, just bear with me as it opens. All right. Please always let me know if you cannot see my screen for any reason. Just let me know. All right. So the first thing is, can you all see the screen? Facebook is building a huge undersea project. Can you all see that?
So we can see it.
Okay, perfect. So there's a point I'm leading towards this. Don't forget, my first point is, what are the opportunities? So Facebook is building a huge undersea cable around Africa. They want to boost internet access in the continent. So what they call it is to Africa. And if you see the map here, it's about 37,000 kilometer underwater cable around Africa. So basically, the company is committed to building, as you could also see Nigeria here and different parts of Africa. The company is committed to building a high-speed undersea cable that will give wireless internet. So that is one. So that is from Facebook. The second one, I don't know if you guys saw this news. Elon Musk just says that Starlink has been approved in Nigeria and Mozambique. So Starlink is more of like a space satellite internet service that SpaceX, which is his company, launched. And so he just got licensed to launch the internet service in Nigeria so that people can actually have access to unlimited internet across Nigeria. Okay, so that is one. That is two. The third one I also want to show is, so Google confirms $1 billion investment into Africa, including subsea cable for faster internet. So there are 3 companies I've mentioned now. The first one was Facebook, which is building undersea cable. The second one is SpaceX through Elon Musk. He just got approval for Starlink. The third one is Google has put in $1 billion towards investment into subsea cable for faster internet in Africa. All right. So now the fourth one, let me just share this fourth one. So these are like, we call them the big four tech companies. So Microsoft wants to become the Africa's internet plug. All right. So with all this that is happening, there's one key common denominator you guys have to basically understand, which is the Africa is rising. Africa is on a rise, and so many technology companies are invested in putting so much, what will I call it? They're bringing so much technology here. They are literally like trying to build in putting so much money. They're investing a lot into internet. Now, the first point I said is go to where the world is headed, not where the world has been. With all these news that I've shared with you all, like, and this is things that are happening in real time. If you're to think to yourself, you ask yourself, that means this world is heading towards a true global village. That means the world literally will be connected to the internet. Everyone will have multiple access to internet. From Nigeria, from the village, from wherever you are, you can connect with the rest of the world. So the question is, as an individual, the current skill that I have, the current, my current background or what I studied, is that enough to put me in the global landscape? Because the world is becoming a global village. Africa will soon become a hub for multi-internet services with all these investments being pumped in. So that's the question we have to ask ourselves. And so in practical terms, whenever you come online, you have to search with yourself, what are the trends? What is happening in Africa? What is happening in the rest of the world? How can I take advantage of what is happening everywhere in the world? And so as you can actually see, we just went through 4 different articles from 4 different companies that are investing heavily into the African infrastructure. So now we have established that. Now, the next point I'm looking to make is we're going to go over to the next one, which is, so what jobs will be hot? So now you have seen internet jobs, everything that is happening. So what jobs do I think that will be hot? So I'm going to also share this link so that you guys can basically understand. So sometimes you come online, you can say, okay, what are the global opportunities that exist? As long as I just click this link, all I did was global jobs that are remote, right? You want jobs that you can work from the comfort of your house. You want jobs that you can even go to an office, but you can connect with the rest of the world. One of the things you're seeing consistently is like data. So think of it this way, and I want us to be super analytical. Nigeria has a population of about 200 million people. Imagine a scenario where everyone is literally connected to the internet. What are the challenges do you see futuristically that will be a problem for Nigeria? I mean, you can also model our country to the rest of the world. I mean, with China that has 1.2 billion people, or with America that has over 350 to 400 million people in the country, what challenges do you think the technology companies, or with too much tech, or with that population size, what are they facing right now? And one of the things you're realizing is what? Data. So that means by the time you gather data, so for you all to join this call, like we have about 97 participants and more people that are tuned in through YouTube that are listening to me right now. The truth is we are collecting data from different facets, whether it's through online, whether it's people plugging in their information. So that means who can manage that data? That shows you that is a career for the future, because if you're able to handle and interpret people's data and being able to use that data to form an opinion, that means you actually make, you actually be relevant in the future. So what that means is what jobs, what skill sets will be relevant in the future. So that is one. The second one is we're going to look at like the best tech jobs for the future. And when you look at this list, right? Like I said, I want to be super practical here. So I can tell you guys on how to position yourself before I get to that, but I wanted to show you, I wanted to build like foundations that you can understand how the world is actually changing. Because best believe, with a population of over 6-7 billion people in this world, the world is actually a competitive village, right? Companies are forever looking for talent. Companies are forever looking for people that will add value to them. The question is, you as an individual, how do I add value? How do I become a valuable asset to any company? How do I position myself as that person that any company will want to hire, right? And so, but the thing is like, it's not just about positioning yourself. It's about positioning yourself with the right skill, right? So you see, internet is coming into the continent. That means, literally what that means is that Google is not bringing internet to Africa because, oh my God, they love the continent so much. That's not why they're doing it. They're doing it to connect Africa to the services they're providing for people already in Europe, in America, and the rest of the world. Same thing with Microsoft. They're not saying, oh, we care about Africa so much, we want to bring people free internet just for you people to enjoy without no corresponding relationship between Europe and Africa. No, they're bringing this to connect the entire world. And so if the whole world is connected online, what are the services? What are the skills? What are the things that are needed? So those are the things you have to start researching. And then this is more of like a 2022 guide to the best technology jobs. I believe I'm speaking to the techie train. These are like technology people. And so if you look at this, there's so many careers. So information systems manager, like I told you, when everybody's connected to the internet, you need systems to manage these systems, right? You need systems to manage these people. And that's why information systems is a very good career. Software development, like everybody wants to be online. Like if you for anyone that is looking to start a business, right? Everyone will be like, oh, do you have a website that I could check you on? Gone are the days people are bringing in notes, bringing in paper documents. People want to look you up online. People want to understand what you're about. So that means if I'm looking to understand who you are, that means a software developer is important. And Africa we've not scratched the surface yet for Africa, right? So that means there are still more companies that are looking to come online. There are still more companies that are going to be networked using the online platforms because everyone will be online now. So that means a software developer that builds softwares, that builds websites, that builds applications will be an important career in the future. So we have information security analysts, meaning like all of us have our data here. How can I make sure that my data is actually secure? Like, how am I sure that people are not stealing my data? Because if we're all online, that's what creates more people into hacking and everything. We've got web developer, computer programmer, system analyst, cyber security, because everyone is on the internet now. Mobile application, everyone, in fact, Africa has the fastest rising mobile technology economy because everyone is literally online using your cell phone. So if you're very good in mobile application development, you've already taken care of your future. So AI and machine learning is being able to interpret certain things, like understand human behavior and let machine answer a couple of questions for you, right? So IT manager, mobile designer, web developer, designer, like, so everything that has to do with the technology. So this training is not necessarily about me like telling you guys, okay, this is how to position yourself. These are the things you do. It's more of us as individuals to do a self-appraisal with ourselves. And the question we have to ask ourselves is, one, if the world is really becoming a global village, if two, every company in this world is committed to the African continent, because it's only Africa that is left behind. The rest of the continents are all plugged into 4G, 5G internet service. But the thing is like, once Africa gets plugged in, that means the entire world efficiently is now connected to the World Wide Web. So if that is where the world is heading to, so the third thing I have to ask myself is, how as an individual do I position myself to become that person of interest in the future, to become that person that companies will seek after my services? How will I position myself to be that person that people will want to reach out to get jobs, to offer opportunities to me? And that is why the first topic that I just told you is go to where the world is heading, not where the world has already been. So if you're looking for careers that we've already gone past, right, you may not be relevant somewhere in the future. All right. So you have to go to where the world is already heading to. And if the world is connecting everything, internet, 5G, subsea cable, then that is where the world is heading. And I have to put myself in that position. All right. So these are a couple of things you can do. When you come online, you Google technology jobs, you Google design jobs, you Google, okay, if you're building a global or an IT economy, what skill sets do I need for it? And these are the things you have to research yourself. All right. So back to my screen. The next thing I want to also talk about today, so I hope you guys understand, I hope you all understand some of the things that I'm sharing with you, which is first, my first point was head to where the world is going, not where the world has been. So that was the first thing I succeeded in doing. And what I did was I showed you all the trends that are happening with the internet, companies coming into Africa, investing a lot of money. The next thing I showed you was, can you mute? Can someone mute? The next thing I showed you, the next thing I showed you was jobs that are available for the future, jobs that you can actually take advantage of in the future. Now, the third point, the second point I'm trying to make is careers that make sense, which is what I showed you, and writing a worthy CV. So, which is my next point. So, from a design perspective, so now you all have seen these different careers. So, one of the things you could do is one, you need to join professional groups. I know we all are on Facebook, Twitter, I don't know, Instagram, and everything like that. These are all beautiful websites to connect with our friends, our family, our fans, whatever it is that we have. But if you're really serious about taking your career to the next step, you have to join professional groups. You have to build a LinkedIn profile. As a talent acquisition professional, I go through LinkedIn in terms of finding people that I want to hire for my company. So you have to build a profile. You have to look at, and I'll show you guys how to look at profiles to figure out how to sort of like position yourself. So ensure your LinkedIn is up to date, is up to the page, is up to everything that you're doing. If you're a designer, they have so many design platforms. So designers, we have Behance, we have Protoflot, we have Dribble. These are platforms where designers are found. So these are niche focused websites where if you're a graphic designer, if you're a web designer, if you're a UI UX designer, whatever design you call yourself, these are niche focused platforms where you can go and showcase some of your designs, and companies are going to reach out to you through those platforms. If you're a developer, mobile developer, app developer, front end, back end, whatever development that you do, we've got development platforms like, or community platforms like GitHub, where people are able to post the codes that they're working on. We've got Stack Overflow. We've got so many platforms that can enable you do that. And then the first question is, okay, you can say to yourself, okay, Neme, I'm a developer, I have a GitHub account, I have a LinkedIn page, I belong to developers groups on different LinkedIn, but I'm not getting jobs. The reason why you're not getting jobs is this, and this is my rule of thumb. If you set yourself on fire, people come around to see you burn. So that is the truth. So if you invest in sort of like putting yourself out there, people come around to see what you're about. And how you can do that is you can start taking small gigs. So we're now in the gig economy. Like right now, if I want anything done for me, I can just go to fiverr.com, say, hey, can you build like a 2-page website for me and I'll pay you this X amount of money. I build that, I put that in my portfolio as certain things I have done. And this is something I also want to tell you guys, like, this is just purely common sense. Let's imagine you're a company manager, right? And you have 2 people that are seeking the same opportunity. You have Mr. A that is seeking a web developer position. You have Mr. B that is seeking a web developer position. They graduated at the same time. They have the same skill set. Let's assume they're front-end developers. They have JavaScript, maybe React in terms of like their front-end skills, whatever it is that they have. And you're sitting in front of these people. The question is, what makes you as a CEO hire one person other than the second person? I mean, they both graduated university, they have BSc in computer science or whatever it is, or they went to a code academy school and they learned development. Why would you hire Mr. A instead of Mr. B? Is what we call the extra, the difference. Mr. A has spent his time writing code, taking small gigs here and there, not only writing it on test platforms, he's been shipping that to production sites. So he spoke to his sister. The sister said, oh, I'm launching a restaurant in Nigeria. So you know what? Let me build a website for you. He built. As he was building, he learned different things. He understood different things. He read up on different code structures. He launched the code and he sent it public. You spoke to another person. Okay, you want this. Okay, let me design this for you. He did that. As he's building that, he's learning skills. He's perfecting what he already knows, right? So when you look at both of them, what you're looking for is the difference. Who has the slight edge above the other? And when you realize that Mr. A has invested so much time taking little jobs here and there, investing in these different things, like putting his work out there, launching, learning from their mistakes and everything like that, you obviously want to hire Mr. A. And the same thing that comes with editing, the same thing that comes with writing. You have people that come out from journalist schools, schools of journalism. You're looking to hire a writer for your newspaper. You're looking to hire like an editor. You have these two people, graduates, 2-1, first class students. They're just coming out. But it things like, what makes you hire this journalist over the other one? The reason why is because this lady has done the extra work. She has a blog that she's been writing, putting out her journalist initiatives. She has a channel, maybe on YouTube, where she talks about the different events that are happening in Nigeria, in Africa, in the rest of the world. She's been honing her skills gradually. Despite both of them have the same skill set, you are more likely to hire the person that has gone the extra mile in her career than the other lady. The question is why? Because you realize that this person showed passion. They've done more. Same thing for research. If you're coming out as a data scientist or you're coming out as a scientist, companies lean more to the person that has spent time researching. Oh, you know what? I researched the cure for cancer. I broke down this. I did this. If you're coming out for a data analyst, companies are always looking for is, it may not be what you're passionate about, but you project the illusion that you're passionate about it. Like you might say, oh, I just want a job to take care of my family. I get it. But you have to project that to your employer that you're passionate about it. And that involves you doing the extra before you get the job. So let's say, for instance, you became a data analyst. You just graduated, you have your data analyst certificate or whatever that is, right? Why don't you run a data report? Figure out how many young people in this area use Tableau, use Excel, pivot points, use Excel, like just write different things and say, okay, you know what? I was able to, during your interview, you could say, hey, I was able to run a data report of the young people in my church or in my mosque, or I was able to run a report to figure out how many women don't have access to pads. You can run different things. That shows difference. That shows interest. That shows someone that has put in the extra mile in terms of the work they do. Employers always want to hear that. They want to see someone who is passionate about their work, that has gone the extra mile without pay to do different things. And that is why in more developed countries, we have what we call like internship, right? Where we give people opportunities even when they're in school or when they are graduating to take on intern positions, because that helps put you a step higher in your career, because it shows, okay, I'm looking to work in a bank. I interned at this community bank. I helped do the teller. I helped do the account receivables. I did XYZ, blah, blah, blah. That puts you at an edge. Or you know what? I worked in this as a bookkeeper when I was still in school. Maybe you're looking to get a job in a bank and you're looking for a cashier job. You say, well, just so you know, when I was still in school, I helped my uncle or my auntie run her cash register, in the sense I balanced and ensured that the cash register was always balanced. But if you come out with just a bachelor's degree in accounting or in finance, you're just regular. The person that we are looking for more is the person who is putting the extra mile for their work. That's what I'm just trying to explain to you guys. So you gotta use the job description to write your CV. So I'm going to show you people, and I want this class to be more interactive. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I want people to just, in the comment section, sort of like type out careers. Let's do like a live demo before I continue with my explanation in terms of different things. Don't forget, we are talking about how to position yourself globally. And I said, I'm going to be super practical in terms of this. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And then we're going to go into real practical stuff before I complete the rest of my lesson. So I'm going to look at the comments or the chat section. And so somebody wrote, so Praise wrote product manager. All right. So I'm going to do a live search, right? I'm going to do a live search of the social media manager. I'm just going to do product manager and social media manager. So let's assume you're looking to get a job as a social media manager. You don't know how to start. You don't know where to do. You don't know even where to begin with. So let's run a full life search on how to go about this. All right, give me 1 second. Let me pull out my Google. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, can you all see my screen? Hope you all can.
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Okay, all right, good. All right. Let me minimize this. All right, so somebody wrote product manager. All right, so this is how to put together your CV for product manager. I just go product manager. All right, or product manager jobs. Let me not put videos. Let me put product manager jobs. I just type it. So now I'm going to pull up 100+ jobs for product manager, right? And these are from different companies, right? So product manager jobs, I'm looking to write my CV. So I'm trying to build, don't forget, your CV always has a story, right? Think of it as your best marketing material. So every CV has a story. And so what your employer is looking to get out of you is, what is the story? What is your journey? Like, what is the journey for you to get to where you are right now from a CV perspective? So because you cannot just come to CV, because I've helped a lot of international companies hire people in Nigeria. And then sometimes when I sit down, I say, okay, tell me a little bit about yourself. Okay, after school, I'm trying to walk the journey with this person. And the person has no story to tell me in terms of how they got to where they are. In fact, don't quote me anywhere. If you don't have a story, make up one. I didn't say this, but if you don't have a story, make up one, right? You have to come up with a story of the journey that explains why you are where you are right now. So in terms of what I'm trying to say, so for instance, you're looking for product manager. So we put this here, we have product manager. And then another thing companies also appreciate is people that also grow in their career. So it shows career progression in terms of, like, when you are here, you grow here, you grow here, you grow here. So for instance, somebody said product manager. I see this senior product manager. I see this junior product manager. Let's assume I learned things about products in school, right? So now I'm looking at this job. Please, can people mute? All right, so now I'm looking at this job. So this is a senior product manager job that I'm looking at. The name of the company is current. It shows qualifications. It shows responsibility. When you're building your CV, what the company is looking for, right, is what you did where you are. So if you did, so you said, so see this role, it says, as a senior member of the product management team, you will work with a cross-functional team to plan, design, and develop new features focused on the core banking experience for our members. So that means this company is obviously like a banking company called Current. So basically what you write in part of what you're doing right now, if you're looking for a senior product manager role, is in my current role, I work cross-functionally with different teams. So you see, they've already given you clues here. They say cross-functional team. I work with cross-functional teams. So meaning you work across multiple teams as a product manager. So I work with the design team. I work with the engineering team to develop. So you see, so that's what you write. So I work with the design team. I work with the engineering team to develop. We develop new features. We developed in-app messages. We developed SMS banking for different people. So that's one. So these are the things you put as what you are currently doing. Because qualifications is one thing, but the company wants to know if what they need you to do, because responsibilities is what you will do in the job. Qualifications is, okay, qualification is what skill sets you need to have to be able to do the responsibilities. Responsibility is what a high-performing product manager actually does. So from that perspective, what does a high-performing product manager in the company do? That is what they put in the job description. A high-performing member of as a senior product manager is someone who will work with the cross-functional team. So if you've already done that, guess what that tells the employer? This person has experience. This person is currently doing something that we need him to do in this company. Okay, that establishes point one. You say, okay, I will participate in the full life cycle of product development. So that means another thing, you say, okay, so on a day-to-day basis, I conducted research. Like, see me, I'm not a product manager, but as I'm talking now, don't you feel like I'm even a product manager? I'll say, okay, as a product manager, I conducted research and discovery to understand our members' financial problems. I developed the product roadmap because, from a banking perspective, when customers come in, they have to sign up on our app, put in their details, and then be able to transfer and receive money. And then I also work with the engineering team for sprint planning meetings, for stand-ups, and I collaborated with different members. See me interview myself, but I'm not even a product manager. I literally took the responsibilities of this job. I put it as what I was doing in my resume, and I learned what that meant, and I ensured that I was doing that. So that projects myself as a product manager. So me, as an employer, I'm looking for someone in my company that would do X. Qualification is not what I'm looking for you to do. That's not what I'm looking for you to do in my company. Responsibility is what I want you to do in my company. Qualification just shows me if you have this background, that means you should know how to do this responsibility, right? So I look at here, I say, okay, this person is working with different PMs. So look at this, you guide other product managers, you help them build a high functioning team, you lead full product development lifecycle, you collaborated with a team of, I even found here, designers, engineers, and data scientists to identify opportunities. My people have already written a CV here. I've written a CV here. Then before we can now go to my experience, where I say an experienced product manager, I have 5+ years of product management experience. I've worked in B2C, which is business to consumer companies, B2B, business to business companies. I'm comfortable with technical skills, with different things. You write out, and then you begin to write what you do. Guess what? Participants can now see your application. I don't know what that means. Okay, all right, so that's it. So, but the thing is so the same thing. So what you could say, okay, is, okay, you know what? I cannot just put myself as a senior product manager. It's okay. You could start from a junior product manager role. You could start taking on projects and different product ideation for your friends. That is how you learn. I'm looking to build an app, right? As my product manager, how will you help me build this app? By the time you do it consistently with me, ensuring you're looking at these responsibilities, to understand, like, this is what a junior product manager does. This is what I should be doing for this company. So by the time you do it consistently, it becomes second nature. Like, you go into interview, you ace it, because whatever a job description has said about product manager, you've already lived it over and over again, working for your friends' companies, working from little startups, helping your people do different things. That is exactly what I mean. All right. So the same thing applies to everything, whether it is what will I call it? Whether it's social media manager, data analyst, graphic designer, so many things apply to that. All right. You can always build your profile. You go through job description. So for instance, if you're looking to get a job as a data analyst, it's simple. All you need to do is you figure out the data analyst jobs that are available, right? You look at it, you look at their job description, you ask yourself, like, do I have the skills to do this? I'm not telling you to go and say, I can do X, where else you can't. No, that's what I'm trying to say, right? You have to position yourself as a person that will make yourself different. So that's why you look at these different roles, and then you begin to now leave out the jobs consistently, right? Which is, as a data analyst does this: Excel pivot points. Excel pivot points is Excel formulas, advanced Excel skills. Excel is not just putting numbers and doing summation. Now you realize what a data analyst is required in these companies. Then go out and learn what advanced Excel skills are, what is required, and then start practicing it with little companies, with your friends' companies, even with your own company. You start practicing. The moment you learn, you've learned the skill, you've practiced it. See, put your resume together using this style that I've told you. which is you go online, look at the responsibilities, look at what is required, and look at to feel like this is what I did on a day-to-day basis. And then by the time you do that, you can sit in any interview with your eyes closed, you answer it because it's something you've done every day. There are so many of you right now. I know there was a survey that was happening one time on social media where someone said, if I call you now to teach anything to anybody without rehearsing, what is it that you can teach? So a lot of people say, oh, how to make egusi soup. Another person said, oh, how to make hair. Another person say how to make pancakes. Another person said, oh, how to make weaves. Another person say how. So everybody had different things that they could teach people. That the reason why they said that is because they have mastered the craft. So in the same way too, you can also master the craft for yourself by literally looking at JDs of the different career paths you want to. So the first step is we have understood the world is going global. We've established that. I've showed you investments that are coming to Africa. The next one I've shown you is jobs for the future. Most jobs for the future are more IT driven. It is what it is. If 7 billion people are all on the internet, everything will be done. And the thing is about COVID is COVID has even made working from home a lot better. A lot of companies that went out of business when coronavirus happened are companies that could not pivot to online because nobody was coming to the office anymore. Nobody was doing interaction anymore. So a lot of companies pivoted in terms of like, how do I become online? In fact, let me don't even go far. You see this bank in Nigeria, they call Kuda Bank. Okay, Kuda Bank is an online bank, right? I'm not here advertising for them, right? But the thing is that, how is that Kuda Bank, a bank that just launched, is it 2 or 3 years ago? It has more valuation than physical banks like Union Bank and all those first banks. Why? Because the bank is solely an online driven bank. It's convenience bank. So because they pivoted online, they were able to attract more customers. They don't even need to have big, crazy buildings where they are paying electricity bill. They don't need to do all of that. So their overhead is even lower on that perspective. So what am I trying to say is like the world will find a way to go online. People have also heard about VR, like virtual reality. You've heard people wearing all this stuff from virtual reality. For even those that are in the blockchain space, people have been hearing a lot of people doing a lot of things within the blockchain space, whether it's NFTs, whether it's people that are trying to buy houses on the chain and everything like that. Everything is going online, people. So figure out what part of the online medium you take, look at the jobs online, figure out the qualifications, look at the responsibilities. If you're able to get the qualifications for those things, if you say, okay, you need to know X, go out and learn that X. If you say you need to know Y, go out and learn that Y. As you're learning, turn around to your friends' businesses and start implementing. This is a marathon, it's not a relay race. I know a lot of people in Nigeria, you just want to, the world is now, see, you should not be worrying yourself. Do you know, and this is me speaking with complete facts, maybe I'll speak for myself. In Nigeria, my company has about 8 people that work for us in Nigeria, right? And those 8 people are paid in dollars. They live in Nigeria. They sit in their house. So what does that tell you? That shows that the world is opening up. No longer the days am I trying to sit in a company, sir, hire me, hire me. Nobody has that time for that level of bullshit anymore, right? Nobody has that kind of time. Go get a skill, make yourself available to the general public, right? Make yourself available to the world is going to come. Once the world, like I said, if you set yourself on fire, people come around to see you burn. Once you do that, you start reaching out to this. Very soon you see companies in the United States that are seeking for people in Nigeria. They're like people are looking for talent everywhere in the world. So why can't they hire you if you're the best? You can be as good as the person that is sitting in Texas, the person sitting in London. Everything is online. It's all about skill. Since the world is already online, you think companies are necessarily concerned nowadays about location? Not really. They just want someone who could do the job. Like if you're a CEO now, what do you care about more? Someone that is sitting with me here or someone that can actually do the job? No, someone that can do the job. So if someone in Nigeria can do the job, why can't I hire that one? It's just common sense, people. So, and this is me being a realist with you. This is how you go about getting a job in terms of this. So that is one. Another thing you have to do again is, which is another thing I'll show you, is LinkedIn, right? This is where you all have to go here and build your profiles on LinkedIn. Let me see, give me 1 second. Let me stop sharing my screen before you people see my secrets on this platform. Let me log into my LinkedIn and then I'll reshare my screen. Give me 1 second. Let's see. But I hope you guys understand. I'll still open it up for questions, but I'll finish anytime soon, okay? So 7:1. All right. So let me go back to sharing my screen so people will see what I mean. All right. So this is my profile on LinkedIn. All right. So this is me on LinkedIn. Every day, people are always reaching out to me. Come and work for us. Come and hire. Come and, like, we need you. We need you. So you have to go out and build profiles. So for someone that told me about product manager, this is how I hire people. I'm giving people real life. Like I said, I'm going to give people real life case study. So I'm looking for product manager so that everybody could see what I mean. So I'm searching for product manager. Look at this. So I see all the people here that have product manager, and then I look at her profile. So another way you can also look at it is look at, like, stop trying to invent the wheel. The wheel has already been created. Look at what other people are doing and do better. You're trying to be a product manager. See, product managers are listed everywhere on LinkedIn. Senior product manager, Audible, product manager, Robin. Okay, how did this person write their profile? What made them get a job at Google? Okay, this lady got a job at Google. How did she get it at Google? What skills did she have? What did she show here? How did she even grow in her career? What did she do? What are the things that she learned? You look at the way she wrote her background and the things that she did, and then you find yourself, okay, how do I mirror that? Or how do I do a one-up on that? Because this is me, life setting. Like when I'm looking for, like I told you, I hire people for companies. So I know a lot of people don't have access to this, but let me show you. I don't mean LinkedIn. I mean, I'm going into LinkedIn Recruiter now, all right? So this is me now doing a live hire for you, right? So these are the people that I'm hiring for my company, right? So I'm looking for, let's say, director of production engineering, right? I've gone to the person's LinkedIn profile, right? So this is how I build my talent pool. I'm looking for director of production engineer. I come here, I say, okay, what am I searching for? Production engineer. Production engineer. LinkedIn gives me. I say, what country? Let me use Nigeria, since a lot of people are on this call are obviously in Nigeria. So let me use Nigeria. If your name is not here and you're production engineer, that means your LinkedIn page is not written well. All right. So you see, production engineer, guess who comes first? Yakini. All right. This person is open to work. I look at his profile. I add him to the stuff. The next time I'll send him a message and say, hey, I like your background. I like some of the things you're doing and everything like that. You have to, you have to make sure you project your skill, because we are hiring for that in terms of anything like that. So go to where people have done things, take and up it up. All right. All right. So let me open it up to questions. So questions before I finish up. Do they normally ask questions on this call? Sorry, people, this is my first time hosting this thing for you guys. So
yes, they do. They ask in the chat box. Why I'm looking through YouTube to see if I can.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. And as soon as I go for it, I know someone is raising her hand. All right. So just going to give you guys a few minutes. If there are no questions, then all right, so I mean, ask your question now that I'm here. Can you give them access so that they can ask their questions? Like, I'd rather they talk, let me get them done. NA has raised their hand, talk with something.
How's that can go on? Chinaza,
Hello?
Yeah,
do you want
Chinaza,
to ask any question?
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
perfectly. Go for it.
Okay, good evening, sir. Sir,
Mhm.
for somebody that is just starting up, that would actually want to start earning on the tech up industry, maybe you've decided, for instance, you've decided to go with digital marketing and content creation, and you don't really know where to start, you are confused, you've not done any job before. So all this creation of, for you to create a CV that could land you a job, how do you go about that?
Okay, so thank you for that question. So you're looking to start a job as a digital marketing. I'll answer quickly because I know a lot of people have questions so that I can get to everyone. So maybe they can organize this another time for me to go through your questions. But the first thing is like I said, look at what other people have actually done. What does it take to create digital content? Do I need to know Adobe? Do I need to know, what will I call it, design skills? Do I need to know videography? What do I need to know that? Those are the things you have to be asking for. The problem we have, especially in Africa or in Nigeria, is we are focusing on the job. The job is the least of your worries right now. The main thing is that become very good at what you are. I'm sorry, our institutions are not set up to teach us all the skills we need to function in the real world. I am sorry. I studied physics, but I can tell you, if you take me to a physics lab in Nigeria, I may not be able to do well, right? Our institutions are not, we don't have that infrastructure to position us to be people, employers, peoples of choice. So now you figure out, okay, what is required to be a digital content producer or a digital content marketer? What does that require? You go online, you search that, you need to know this, you need to know that. As a matter of fact, even look at job descriptions where they wrote qualifications. This is, you've not done anything before. You are just coming out, but you have a passion for digital marketing. You go, you look at that, look at what is required, and then you go and then start finding out, how do I learn this? How do I get on this? You can start building foundations by listening to a couple of YouTube videos that will give you 5 quick steps to learn this. And then from there, you now find out people within Nigeria. You say, okay, I want to be, come and mentor me, come and train me. I'll be an intern. Teach me while you're learning. By the time you're learning, the things that they're teaching you, you are applying it gradually. By the time you know, you become very good. There are more I could have said in terms of that, but let me give someone else an opportunity to ask questions. But I hope you get what I mean. You don't need to wait for anything. Just research, find out what people did to become digital content marketers. They do not become that out of the, just out of the blue. There are certain skills they acquire to make them get there. What are those skills? Those are the things you have to go get. Don't worry about job yet. Find those skills, learn them. By the time you're learning them and you become good, then you're now ready to go into the world. You can give yourself a goal, a timeline. You know what? Within the next 3 to 6 months, I should have perfected XYZ. I should have perfected my design skills. I should have perfected Canva. A lot of people use Canva. A lot of people use different things for design and everything like that. I should have perfected that. Then guess what? I'm now a digital content marketer. I can start rehearsing with my friends. All right. Next question. Talked about getting a story. Is you have not, when preparing CV, does it mean one should always change the CV story to suit every application? Let me tell you, for Chimezi that asked that question, Miracle or Daisy, like the truth is that here in America, everybody has different resumes for different jobs. That's the honest truth. The truth is that and people have stories and explanations for different things. Like, have you not seen someone that will apply for DevOps engineer and then turn around and apply for mobile engineer? Because he can do both. So, and everything like that. Don't forget, your CV is your best foot forward, right? It's think of it as you are advertising yourself. So the question is, if I want to advertise myself now, what do I need to do to advertise myself? Those are the things you have to think about, right? So the story is, there has to be an explanation to the journey, right? And everything like that. No, someone's LinkedIn look like their CV. Yes, Aliyah, the thing is that, but your CV should have more details, right? You should have more details and everything like that. No, I studied physics. I didn't go back to school for my current job. I just learned what other directors are doing, what other people in human resource and everything is doing. And guess what? After learning everything that they did, I got what we call it. I got a few certifications, and then I started practicing. I started from the bottom. in the sense like I started working on a friend's role. My friends had like, I'm looking to hire sales assistants in Nigeria. I said, you know what, give me the job. Let me build out your HR process for you. Free, don't worry, don't pay me. I built it out. I learned one or two things because I researched to do that for my friend. As I was researching, now if you're asking me in an interview, do you know how to build HR structures, org chart, platforms? People pay me to have me even go for events to talk about those kind of things. All right. So, all right. Who else has questions? So I'm not just taking questions. Currently, I'm in the process of perfecting my coding skills and data science. What advice would you give some of my shoes? I won't have seen experience, so I hope I get a degree. Oh, trust me, companies are no longer looking at degree anymore. Tavza, Chiguada, people are no longer looking at degrees anymore. They're looking at, can you get the job done? I swear to you. It's been a long time. Don't forget the world is going internet. Okay, you have computer science engineering. When I hire a developer, it's not to write code. Is it to tell me, oh, I have first class in computer science? That is irrelevant to me. It's great. Oh my God, well done. You did a good job. You graduated. You have 2-1. Excellent. But I'm sorry, like, can you write code? You can't. Oh yeah, keep it moving. So you that did not even go to school, if you become very good in writing code, you can outshine anybody that has gone to school and done everything. So just keep on the path of where you are. So I'm a salesperson. Who else? Sorry, I'm just reading to your questions. I'm a salesperson. I just got an officer to be a digital marketer and social. And is it an offer? I believe it's an offer. My question is, how do I really prove myself as a digital marketer? Right. So since you got an offer, so the question you have to look at yourself is like, what does the digital marketer do? Like what like everything has a skill. There's a process to everything. Like, let's stop making things look like they're ad hoc. There's systems. This world is ruled by systems and processes. Like nothing is just out of the blue. So what makes someone a very good digital marketer? Why is Funke a solid digital marketer for Flutterwave? Or why is Femi a solid digital marketer for Paystack? Or why is Andrew or Obina or whatever, or Ada this? That's the question you have to ask. What makes them good? You figure out what made them good. It's okay reaching out to them. If you can't reach out to them, you find out what it is that they learned to get there. You continuously study, continuously apply yourself, and then you become good at it.
Because I have a question.
Go ahead.
So what about someone that wants to transition career? Someone that has been doing something for a while and then you decide that, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something else. How does somebody go about it? Yeah,
sure. You figure out what it is that you want to do and you just, so if, like I said, you figure out what it is that you want to do. You learn the industry very well. All right. You understand the processes that make somebody great and solid in that industry. Right. You go out and learn and acquire those skills. Most skills now don't require 4 years of college. I'm telling you, if I'm online now, how, like, I'm not, it's not degree that is making you stay online. It's what you know. So most skills don't require that. It's like what most education, 4-year colleges don't really teach that. Right? The only ones that you must go to school for is like things that have to do with medicine and all those kind of like legal stuff and everything like that. But if it's for technology, where the world is actually heading to, my sister, you can actually go online, learn 1 or 2 things, and then you start writing code tomorrow. The company I work at right now, the CTO of my company, he makes over $450,000 a year. This guy never went, he dropped out of high school. We can call it secondary school in Nigeria. But guess what? He went and they have what we call 3-month boot camp. He went to one of these app academy or code academy schools, learned how to write code, started doing different projects, learning from different senior developers, picking skills here and there, attending. My sister, he's making more money than even graduates, and he doesn't have any student loan or bills to even pay now. So you can transition. People transition all the time. Right? Like I told you, I studied physics. I studied physics at Futo, right? I went to London to try to do a master's degree in pure and applied physics. Like I was a science guy. Well, guess what I'm doing now? I'm head of HR. It has nothing to do with physics. So how did I pivot? I didn't go to school for HR. I just understood what it takes to be that person, right? I learned the skill. I sat for people to train me. I started at the lowest level as an assistant, carrying CV up and down for the HR managers or the HR specialists. I started learning, okay, you do like this, okay, all right. I became part of professional groups where I was reading up because I was concerned about my career. All right. What other questions?
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome. Is there any other? I see so many questions. Okay, I'm a banking. I have a scholarship studies software engineer. What does it entail? Almost studies software engineer. Gloria, you have you're banking and finance graduate. If you have a scholarship studies software engineering, please go do it. But the thing is, like, software engineering is not like bread and akara. It's something that your brain, you have to want to accept it, like you are ready for it, right? And everybody, well, I know we throw around software engineering up and down. Oh, software engineering, no, like I get it. You're going to learn how to write code, but you have to be passionate about it. You have to build interest in that career before you do it. And then once you do it, you follow the LinkedIn process, you join the different groups that I just shared with you guys, and then you start working on different projects, and then you're good to go, right? Another thing again, another strategy again, I can also share with you guys is, if you have a very good skill set, dig up HR managers. If you're looking to get a job in Nigeria, go on LinkedIn, dig up HR managers in Nigeria, or if you want international company, and then add them as friends or follow them. Do you understand? Like, we got to do different. Like, don't you want to take charge of your career or your life? I don't get it. Add them as friends. Add them, follow them, do whatever it takes. Add them and then be like, hey, I came across your website. Or I looked at your website. I saw you guys are hiring for digital marketing manager. Don't forget, every job that I put out there, I get 600 applications from different candidates. How am I able to see you? How can you stand out? But guess how you stood out? You sent me a message on LinkedIn. Say, hey, I saw this profile. I'm putting my CV forward. Oh, I see you work at this company. I'm putting my CV forward. Can you introduce me? Can you connect me to the person, the hiring manager responsible for this job? Guess what? You have done something different than what the other 600 candidates that just applied didn't do. You got to always try to put yourself ahead. Give yourself an extra edge. You cannot stay in the same bucket and then be like, I didn't get a job. Well, you didn't get a job because I didn't see your CV. I didn't see it. I looked at the first 50 or the first 100, and I found 3 candidates that I liked, and I interviewed them and I hired them for the job. I'm not going to go over 10,000 applications. You want me, like, I have 20 jobs that I'm working on. I'm not going to do that. Add them as friends, follow them, like, build, see, like they said, your net worth. Your network is your network. I don't know how to put that adage again, but whatever that is, right? So you got to be friends with people. All right. All right. Is that it? Is there any other stuff so that I don't take more of you people's time and all that? All right. Fintech is big. Fintech is big because everything is going digital money now, right? I can tell you for a fact, like, a lot of people on this call, I don't know when last any of you carried, I mean, I know women always carry a lot of things in their bags, but for guys, I don't remember when last you carried 10,000 naira in your wallet. Everything was on your card. Everything was on your card. Oh, let me do a transfer. Let me do this. Let me do that. Like, people are, we are moving towards a big cashless economy, right? You also see, like, in Kenya, they have the M-Pesas and the rest. These are mobile money. People are barely, your government already told you that it costs Nigeria, is it 2 billion to print 500 million worth of currency? Like, it's not even productive for the future. You are spending more money in printing money. You're spending more money printing money than the future itself. So it doesn't make sense. So we are moving towards a cashless economy. So fintech is big for you to ask the fintech question. You like pursue what you study, like medicine or pharmacy, but also do content creation and digital marketing. How do you blend the two? Yeah, you can. You can blend it too. Your main job is, I'm a pharmacist. And then the second one, you can say, okay, I'm a content creator too. And it's like, it doesn't affect you. You can blend it too. You can put it on your listing. I'm a pharmacist that is a content creator. I'm a doctor that is a content creator. It doesn't change anything. Don't you see doctors and nurses on Instagram that do all those videos? They are content creators. It doesn't take them away from the work they do. Now, your brother who is a web developer, graphic designer, software engineer, what that means is that he is confused. A web developer, graphic designer, software engineer, like you are overreaching. There is no way if you're a good software engineer. In fact, if I do a software engineer job search for you in Nigeria, everyone that's saying there are no jobs in Nigeria, I bet everyone on this call that I'll see more than 1,000 jobs of software engineers in Nigeria. So your brother that he has all the skills, it means he's not really good. If they call it, what they call it, is it jack of all trades, a master of nothing? No, like you gotta be very good in one thing. Become super good at it. Graphic designer that people are looking for. Please, he cannot be broke, not when he has those kind of skill sets. Okay, if you're good with that, your CV right now is start with your LinkedIn profile, start building something, regardless of ASU strike, right? Figure out skills that matter. We cannot be waiting for 4-year degrees anymore. Nigeria wants to mess around with ASU strike, no problem. Let's go. Where is the world happening? How many tech executives graduated? No, let's start with that. So it's all about what you bring to the table, your employee, your value proposition to your employer. What value will you bring to the team? A lot of people are learning Scrum Master. I got my certification in Scrum Master today, like this year, right? Because I realized they just manage teams. Like, just look for this thing, get courses, get certifications here, brand your CV very well. Nobody will even know that you're still a year 2 student. Right. Jesus. And we gotta think outside Nigeria sometimes. Anyway, all right.
Thank you. Please, one last question, and then we should be out. You're already fast spent with time. Someone said, I have a brother who is a web developer, graphic designer, and software engineer, but still broke. What do you think the problem is, and how can he stand out and get more jobs? I think many people are on this table.
Yeah, I answered that, but if you want me to go into details, but what I said was that he's spreading himself too thin.
Yeah.
He's confused, right? Like you're a designer, you're a graphic designer, you're a web developer, you're a software engineer. Me that is hiring you, which, like, okay, let me tell you another secret, people. HR people, please, if any HR person is on this call, please, I apologize. But HR people are one of the laziest people when it comes to any company stuff. Let me explain before people read me, misquote me somewhere. They don't want to do the job for you. Why would I be looking at your resume or your CV and I'm figuring out what job to hire you for? You think I have that kind of time? You have 3 jobs: graphic designer, software developer, software engineer. So me, I should figure out what are you good at. No way. I don't have that kind of time. I have 600 CVs to look at. I don't have that time to figure out what to hire you for. It doesn't make sense. So it is what it is. So he has to specialize in one thing. He has to specialize in one thing. All right.
Thank you very much, sir. So there are still many questions on YouTube, and we can't take them. So, guys, I'm going to share the link to his Facebook and then LinkedIn. He's very receptive, very accommodating. So you can just ask him questions, but don't pressure him. Give him time to respond. Like we always do, we share the link with you as soon as this call is over. Our time is fast spent. We apologize for those whose battery did not last through. And we want to say thank you to you for doing this. We are so grateful. This is so practical, so many light bulb moments, and we are so grateful. Thank you very much. Do you have any final words for us before we end this call?
You guys are doing such an excellent job. I like what you're doing. And for everyone, whatever you learn on this call, please take it to heart, implement it. Take charge of your future. No one is responsible for your life. No one owes you anything in this world. Take it from me. No one owes you nothing in this world. It doesn't matter, right? So whatever you learn, you got to take charge of your life. Wherever you want to see yourself now, don't forget the things I already shared with you guys in how the world is tending towards Africa with all the billions of investment pumping into IT and internet. That means IT jobs are actually futuristic as well. So take advantage of it. Prepare yourself for the storm ahead. And once you do that, you become solidly a person of interest for any company because you know what we need. All right. So excellent job, Techie, Train, Hub, or Sisters that write code. I don't know.
Thank you
But good job.
so much. We're very grateful.
You're
We're very
welcome.
grateful. Have an amazing day. And bye, everyone.
All right.